Oh yeah, I forgot too. I forgot that I was also going to start this episode off with a song.
You can do it because we've started.
Do 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 do. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road.
Oh my word!
Everyone graduated this week, and that is the graduation song.
Did they? Oh,
Good
Pooter School District, but they actually.
Well, a lot of people in the world.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The country.
I'm being ignorant.
Not just Pooter.
But they're going to get to have their outdoor ceremony.
They are?
Yeah, they're going to get to have it in July.
That's nice.
Isn't that nice?
Where? At CSU? I think that's where we all... I think that's where all the high schools graduate high school.
Yeah, I don't know. It's at something field. I don't know what that was.
Wrigley
just Field. I'm like, that's it.
I got you, bitch.
Yeah, you did. Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
It's been a fortnight and a half. We're also already drinking because we had to chat about things.
Me and Shay had to catch up on
a lot of stuff because we're not going to talk about
all the feelings
we have because everyone and their mother
already has all the feelings they have.
Yeah, so we're gonna bypass that. Anyway, so we're already drinking, so this will be a good ride for you guys.
We were chugging our mimosas that we made in a fucking pint glass while we were talking. So we refilled, and we now have of course, we don't have our drink with Topo Chico, but it's a chaser.
It's sitting by it. Topo Chico.
It's our in between now that we're on our second mimosa.
Yeah.
So
I mean, really like our fifth because how big this is, but okay, sure.
We didn't finish the bottle of champagne yet.
It's right.
About half empty.
You're right. I'm being ignorant.
That's going to give you an idea.
I need to uplift myself instead of just pushing myself down.
No, we got to bring ourselves up.
That's right.
And we're pretending we're on a patio.
Yeah, but we won't have
brunch.
to pretend next week.
No, we won't.
No.
Except I'm probably still not going to be on a patio drink.
Probably going to wait a minute. Wait to see whatever like, oh my God, what happens before I get on a patio.
And also, I don't think I've been to brunch at a restaurant in
it's
probably a year.
Okay, well, you did see like what happened in Castle Rock, right? So I'm not going to go anywhere near a restaurant for a minute when they open because it's going to be a madhouse.
Oh, yeah. For Mother's Day they opened.
Oh my God, and they got shut down in like 3 hours.
Oh my God.
Bananas. Crazy.
It's like, why are you trying to even do that? And then the fact that it was so fucking crowded.
Yeah. Nobody had like any masks on, so I was like, oh, well, that's just how that goes.
That's fine.
But we kind of expected something like that was going to happen. But it's all good.
And there's got
to each their own.
Some people that do it right.
Right.
See what happens.
It's all good. Anyway.
Anyway,
we're not talking about that.
No, we're not. So what's been going on in your quarantine? It's been like fucking 2 months since we recorded.
Right. Just counting the spackle on my ceiling.
A bit. Have you found any new shows or any new
I've watched all of
updates
Netflix
to your life?
No. I have
What's
watched my new faves, which I told you about, which was with Kate Blanchett, which is what is it called? The American Woman. Really good. Really, really awesome. Shows both sides of kind of the foundation of the ERA. So it's really good.
Which
highly
is what
recommend
again?
The equal.
Because Brie might not have known what ERA was.
It's fine.
Good job, Brie.
I didn't.
Good thing you have equal rights now, you dumb bitch. You spoiled brat.
It's all because of not
even equal.
It's yeah, we're still not quite there, but it's all good. And I just watched it last night. It's it was also produced by FX. It was but you can watch it on Hulu. It's the Roe versus Wade thing. It's about how it was like which I had I actually honestly thought that she was a plaintiff because she was a victim of rape, but that wasn't the case. So I had no idea. But then it also kind of shows her like she actually became a born again Christian, and then I don't want to give the whole thing away because it's actually kind of a twist at the end. So it's really, really, really well done. So
what is it called?
I don't know what it's. If you type in Roe, it'll pop up. So I don't know exactly what the documentary itself is called.
Okay.
I think it might have been just called Jane row. Something like that. Yeah.
I think I have seen maybe something like that.
Yeah. So I highly recommend that. Anyway, but just watch, me just watching murder docs and going, I'm glad that's never going to happen right now because I'm not going outside. So
good thing I'm locked up in my house forever.
True.
It's been a crazy time.
Mm-hmm. But I actually was pretty busy at the very part of the first part of the pandemic. I was super, super busy with work. And then it just kind of, I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to be just sitting here collecting unemployment right now. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I know. It's
pretty
up in the air.
We couldn't get our shit together. We're like, we're going to do this remotely. And then we just couldn't get our shit together. No. So we're sorry.
And then also, we were like going to maybe Zoom, record.
Yep.
But my computer, which maybe I need to have you look at before I leave today.
You know me. Let's put my Geek Squad cap on and I'll be fine.
You know a lot more about a computer.
I'll put the Geek Squad cap on I'm sure you've watched it, Tiger King. Like Tiger King put on his EMT jacket on when he went to go help that poor woman get her, look at her little poor arm. But
her poor little
fucking Carol Baskin.
In the mouth of a tiger.
Yeah.
But also, everyone bags on Carol Baskin, which, yeah, she killed her husband. But it's like, why is no one bagging on Doc Anton or whatever the fuck his name is?
That piece of shit.
That dude is a piece of shit. They're all pieces of shit.
They're all pieces of shit.
Every single one of them is a piece of shit.
Him and Carol actually probably one of the worst ones. I hate to say that, but the both of them are probably the worst ones. But I actually had a friend that says she doesn't believe that Carol Baskin killed her husband, but she believes that she knows what happened to her husband, but she thinks that Carol Baskin's dad killed her husband. And I was like, that's an interesting theory.
I thought that too in that, I think, there's a couple different, well, she definitely knows what happened.
But that's what my friend said.
Personally have.
She
says
she has
pushed him into a den.
She says she has knowledge of it. She says that she doesn't think that she actually did it, though. Yeah. But she knows what happened.
Yeah, she planned some shit with someone else, for sure.
Fucking Carol Baskin.
She might not have personally done it, but...
She pushed that boy into a tiger pit, for sure.
She pushed that girl into a...
Figuratively. Whatever.
Yes.
Anyway. But yeah, so I watched the whole that thing and then just watched all the things and then
Sweet. Then you're gonna put your geek cap on and help me with my computer.
I'll help you with your computer. But other than that, I should have picked up I don't know, crocheting or some shit, but didn't do that.
It's fine if you didn't.
No.
It's fine. I know, I was yeah. I know a lot of people have I'm gonna finally do the things I never have done.
Right.
And that's a beautiful thing. But it's also fine if you just took a fucking
just
breather.
took a minute and actually my aunt actually was like that, where she's like, this actually was, she's like, this is super sad what's happening around us and it's awful and it's devastating, but she almost needed the break from her business. She's she got caught up in life and everything else, and so she's super grateful for that.
I know a lot of people have fucking, it's obviously scary for a lot of fucking people right now, but
it is, it's terrifying.
It's also been a huge turning point, I feel like, too, which is a good thing.
We're all gonna be fine.
We're all gonna
be good.
We're gonna be okay.
But yeah, and I think
if we don't rip each other's heads off.
I know
in the process,
we're gonna just bypass that.
Yes,
we love you, everybody. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I think we're gonna do the last time we rolled, which was 47 moons ago. Mm-hmm. We did a double paranormal. So
yes, we did.
It'll be good.
I just wanted to quickly tell you about, so I got to take a little road trip to Ohio last week.
Oh, yeah, I did Texas.
I was being responsible. I wore my mask everywhere, despite other people in other states not. Mm-hmm. Only stopped at gas stations. It's fine. Everything's okay. But I just wanted to share something that I thought was hilarious that I saw a billboard for. I think it was in fucking, I don't know, Iowa, Indiana, somewhere.
Okay.
And it was an advertisement
for
rosé vodka, and I almost fucking threw up in my mouth.
I don't even know how to rosé vodka.
It just made me
Woof.
It made me laugh.
Woof.
It made me cringe.
Buzz your
and
girlfriend.
It also made me think about the marketing fucking world and how easily we can be marketed to rosé vodka because rosé,
right?
And
all
it's
day.
vodka, so let's put it together. How could that ever taste good?
Right?
But how could you ever want that?
But they're rosé all day. Let's just put it in vodka form. It'll be great. Gross.
I'm sorry if you have rosé vodka. I just thought that was hilarious. And that there was a giant billboard for it.
Yeah, what if we're like bashing
Never
on
seen
it
that
and
anywhere.
like I'm sure people bash on like freaking White Claws and shit with like seltzer. Like that's fucking stupid and like
It's
eat your heart
true.
out.
I know.
Who knows?
I bash on White Claw and I drink it.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what you should try instead of White Claw though?
Sorry, White Claw sponsor us.
Is High Noons. High Noons are just it's not
that?
it's not malt liquor like White Claw is. It's vodka sodas. And they're so fucking good.
They're
they're a little bit more expensive, but I like them.
But they're better.
Yeah, and it's seltzer with it, so it's super bubbly and delicious. Anyway,
yeah. So I just wanted to tell you about that.
that's a fun treat. That sounds like a fun treat for your mouth and your tummy.
Yeah, and I didn't ever get any. Don't worry.
Good for you. Good. We would have probably not be recording this because I would have just said you need to leave my house.
I brought the rosé vodka.
I'm like, oh God,
We're gonna mix it with dragon fruit.
Jesus.
Rule. Oh Jesus Christ.
What was that?
Yeah. So yeah, that was good. Oh, also when I was in Ohio, Shay.
Yes.
So my boyfriend Christopher.
It's never Chris on the show. It's Christopher.
Do I never say Chris?
You probably do. I'm just giving you shit.
Christoph.
Christopherson.
Anyway.
Anyway.
He's from Ohio. He's from a town outside of Cleveland, like right on Lake Erie. Mm-hmm. And it was like pretty stormy a couple days that we were there. And, you know, I've been to lakes before, but when I go to a lake, it's like, oh, I can see the other side of it. You know,
Right.
Lake Erie is an ocean.
Oh.
Pretty
Wow.
much. You cannot see. It's like looking out in the ocean. You can't see anything on the horizon at all. And it's
that big?
It is huge.
I had no idea. I don't know.
One
I've
time
never
I was
been up
flying over it and I was like, how are we flying over an ocean right now? And then someone was like, it's a fucking lake, you idiot. And I was like,
that's
oh my
not
God.
a lake. I mean, I'm no geographist.
It's fucking huge. Geographist. Yeah. Well, no, what's a cool thing is Toronto's right across the lake.
Just,
I can just swim to Drake.
I am just swim right to
Drake! I'm coming.
I'm Drake. I'm just a lake away. I forget where.
I'm only a lake away.
Only a lake away. I forget where Ohio is all the fucking time.
Yeah,
I always
too.
think like it's in the middle of the fucking country, and it's
too.
nowhere close.
It's
nowhere
like
close.
northeast.
Yeah.
Which you don't
Isn't it
think...
the one that's shaped like a gun? Wait, that's Idaho. No, wait, that's not.
Yeah.
Wait,
yes,
but
that's
Idaho is right by Ohio, right? And Idaho is like
No.
nestled into it. No,
Idaho's by Montana.
I think I remember having
Which I do know that. Yeah, we need to have a geography fucking class.
It's true. Well, whatever. I had a pen pal in second grade, and whatever state she was from, I was like, "Oh, your state's like shaped like a gun." And she's like, "Ah, ha, ha, I've never heard that before." I was like, "Whatever, I'm
Except
funny."
from everyone. Oh yeah, I remember having out-of-state pen pals when we were in elementary school.
Wasn't that cool?
Oh my God, that is really fun.
And they sent like you like their little picture, and I was like, "This is like what it was like on the Oregon Trail, but I don't have dysentery."
It's perfect.
Perfect.
I actually started being pen pals with my friend Molly, who listens to the podcast in Australia.
That's badass.
I sent her my first letter a couple weeks ago, and she just got it.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, dude, mail's fucking slow as fuck. Slower than it is
Well, it's
already.
also going across a really big lake, I suppose.
The
like
biggest
ocean.
lake.
The biggest lake.
The fucking biggest lake. The Atlantic Ocean. Actually, I think the
That's the
Pacific's the biggest
Pacific.
lake.
That's because it's going over the Pacific. Australia is over the Pacific. It's not over
that's
the
what I meant.
Atlantic.
Oh my God, I'm so dumb.
Wow,
you go over. You could go the long way over the Atlantic and then
that would be like going over.
down.
That would like be me going like
Shut
like
up.
you know what? I'm gonna go to
Oh my
Denver,
God,
but I'm gonna go up through Cheyenne.
I'm retarded.
We do need to have maybe a geography session.
Holy shit! I did not mean that.
We've also had like 5 mimosas so before we started this.
It's
Anyway,
fine. Anyways, I'm pen pals with my friend Molly. It goes over the Pacific Ocean
right.
because I know where
America.
Australia
Yeah.
is.
It's fine.
Jesus Christ on a cross. Well,
Is it? You know what? I'm not gonna say that.
anyways, speaking of Lake Erie, I wanted to say that it was stormy, and one day we were literally watching waves. There are waves.
Like
Shay.
10-footers or what?
Like probably like 5 to 6 foot waves.
Oh.
On the lake, breaking onto the shore. Like what? I've never seen waves on a lake.
Can you surf on it?
People surf on them, I guess.
Shut the
I mean,
fuck
no one was
up.
surfing that day, but Chris told me
I
you
have
could.
no. I just don't know any. I've never been to Ohio. Like again, I don't know where Ohio is. I
didn't until I dated my boyfriend Chris for the last 9 years.
I honestly thought like it was under Illinois. Nope. That's where I thought it was. Like
we drove through Illinois.
It's
right next to Illinois.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Illinois
It's 4
is by
hours from
Montana.
Chicago.
Shut the fuck up.
Idaho.
No.
Idaho's Montana. It's like Idaho, Montana, some things.
I thought you said you went to Ohio.
I did.
But Ohio.
You were talking about Idaho being the finger.
Right, but I thought you were talking about. Never mind.
But
it doesn't
Illinois is by Ohio. Idaho is not.
matter. Okay.
Illinois is next to Ohio.
I've had too much to drink already.
Anyways, what did we roll? Paranormal?
Paranormal.
Is it
anyway,
time?
it's probably just time to just keep
It's
going. 'Cause
time.
I'm sure we're going to interrupt each other about 45 times, so it's fine.
I know.
All right. Are you ready to
all right.
jump into this?
We're ready
I'm going
to-
to turn this down because I'm sure I'm
Shay's
blasting
mad
everyone's
now.
ears.
I'm
I'm getting so angry. I'm going to beat her and then we'll be right back. That'll get you good. All right. Here we are. Oh, we did forget. You were asking a question as I was fucking around with my boots. See, we should probably be recording that.
I know. I was gonna take a picture.
It's
of you.
fine.
Shay just showed me her new boots.
I got them for a wedding because I'm no beating. I mean, never mind. It doesn't matter. Okay, so and she asked like, oh yeah, you could. What did you say?
I was like, so you haven't been doing any like online quarantine dating?
No, I did try it at first because everyone was like, oh, you should just try it because it's you can't like go out and meet people, so this will be a great time for people like they can't like a guy can't just be like, hey, you wanna come over and book.
Ball.
Yeah, so I tried for a little bit, but all of them were just like, yeah, do you just want to come over to my house? I'm like, okay, number one, I wouldn't come over to your house, even if it was after the first date and we met in a goddamn parking lot. Number one, I don't know why we would be meeting in a parking lot, but that's beside the point.
We met in a Taj Mahal.
Right. So, yeah, it did the quarantine, at least the guys that I was talking to, it did not affect them at all. They were just like, yeah, you just want to come over to my house? I'm like, no! Number one, I'm watching even more murder documentaries than I had been before, so my little, like, my freaking hackles were up even more, so no! So I stopped doing that after, like, about, I think, 2 weeks into this quarantine. So, good. Yeah, no. No quarantine love for this, Brad.
That's fine. Fuck that.
No.
Well, good.
So yeah,
I'm
happy for
haven't.
I'm happy for people
the fucking...
that found love and they were like,
there have been people that have.
Yeah, and that the men were really respectful of that. Of just like, yeah, no, you can't come over here. But I met the guys that were just like, you just want to come over to my house, and it was like a get out of jail free card. Like,
I'll give you Corona, girl.
Right, it's fine. I'll give you Corona. Like, 45 seconds at a time.
Well, I'm glad that
my dating whatever is whatever.
And if that's how you feel,
that was me trying to make a segue for my editing process, but it fucked up, so it's fine.
I know I was gonna try, but then I was like, wait, where should... All right, okay. Shall we fucking get into this? It's been so long.
It's been a minute, but it's okay. Yes,
it's been a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you gonna share with us today?
Well, we rolled paranormal, both of us.
Yep.
The both of us. Hopefully we don't fucking roll the same thing again
that
today.
That was happening
like
a lot.
3 times.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Maybe the pandemic like reset some shit.
It did. It reset the universe.
Yeah.
So we rolled paranormal, and today I'm going to be talking about some alien stuff.
Thank God.
And specifically presidents and aliens and their relationships.
Oh.
And
is Trump an alien? I mean, just kidding.
That is
go on.
The
Sorry.
end of my presentation.
Okay, because it's the last one. I got
just
it.
Kidding.
And that's
His
the end.
His skin is so orange. It is the only explanation. Just kidding. That was completely unpolitical related.
I'm just making a note that it's really orange. It's just orange.
So basically, are you ready for some conspiracies? Good.
Always.
Which, we were talking about this earlier. What really is a conspiracy when you go against the fucking norm media?
That's true.
Basically. So anything can be a conspiracy. Oh, speaking of ASMR doing this.
I know, it's making my skin crawl.
My friend Stacy, who lives in Roanoke, Virginia, who is also a podcast listener.
Does her mom gotta go
Shout
on?
out to you, girl. Her mom probably definitely has it going on because Stacy has it going on.
There you go.
Anyway, she was telling me that there is a podcast that's like ASMR crime bedtime stories.
Oh my God.
So it's like I was like, oh my God, I have to tell Shay. I can't wait to tell her.
I'm gonna have to listen to
You're
it
gonna have
just
to listen to it
see.
because it's like creepy ass fucking stories that this girl, because
Like
ASMR can also be like bedtime stories technically, like nicely talked to,
right, like it's just a different inflection on the voice.
yeah. So this is I forget what it's called. I'll have to look it up, but
It's
I
like,
wanted to tell you about that before I forget.
Okay, perfect. It's probably like, yeah, if you weren't scared enough, that's probably what it's called. Yeah.
I think it might be.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So anyways, back to paranormal.
Okay.
And aliens. So the first, basically pretty much every president since Truman has dealt with UFOs and has had to address the American public regarding them.
Oh.
If you go back in time and look through the archives.
Okay.
What? And virtually all of these presidents wanted to go public with the knowledge of who or what is responsible for sightings of unidentified flying objects, but were always blocked by outside sources, intelligence officials, and they were never able to fully disclose anything. Okay. As we know, because still to this day, no one's ever said they're actually real, even though we have fucking so much proof.
It's true. Well, I'm sure you're going to go into it, so I won't say anything, but go on.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say like when the Pentagon was like, aliens also exist, but we were so involved with what's going on right now that we're like, we don't care. So
they did say that, huh?
Yeah, they did.
They literally did
They
recently come out with it.
actually confirmed that UFOs do exist and nobody paid attention. But again, like we have a much bigger thing with they're like, perfect, we just needed this.
We just needed something else.
So we can't say like, we didn't say that we didn't know.
We told you that when there was a global pandemic going on.
You guys are just
no
dumb.
one was actually paying attention.
No one's listening. You guys are stupid. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. So, and I think the Navy recently came out with something too. I mean, they always have stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Reports.
I mean, they're out on a really big lake, so they probably see a lot of shit.
Those big old fucking lakes.
Big old fucking lakes.
Anywho, so let's start with Mr. President.
What the fuck?
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Not that Mr. President, but we will talk about that Mr. President, JFK.
I was like gonna say.
But first, we're going to start with Harry S. Truman, who was president from 1945 to 1953. Mm-hmm. Anywho, the secrets began with him. So, just a little thing to fucking
Backstory?
spark your memory. What the fuck? So just to keep in mind, Harry Truman was the vice president for 82 days before he took over as president, which is probably like, fuck, I was not expecting this. Right?
Right.
Like 82 days, dude?
Yeah.
Well, but guess
It's fine.
sign up for this.
It's fine.
This has never happened, but oh well, and still to this day has never happened. Oh wait, that's a lie. I'm a rich. Never mind. So, he took over as president after 82 days, like I said, and then within a few months had to make a quick decision on whether or not to drop an atomic bomb.
You're like,
Sweet.
I was just here to be
guess
on the
we'll just
passenger
do
side.
it.
I was just gonna sit here and eat some popcorn. I wasn't really ready to make these decisions.
Yeah.
I misunderstood the assignment.
Yeah, legit.
Legit.
So
That would be terrifying.
anyway, anyways, back to UFOs.
Yeah.
In 1947, a UFO crashed on the Forster Ranch in Roswell, New Mexico. This was during Truman's
Okay.
presidency, known as, the Roswell incident. Mm-hmm. And this was also like the first like UFO crash that was, known to
Happen.
Yeah. So this made Truman the first president to have to deal with reports of UFOs and to speak to the American public about it.
I didn't know
And the
that.
first, and just another little random side story, the first story of abduction wasn't even until 1954. But that's another story. Which I almost did that
instead.
But then I was like, did we already do that story? But we didn't.
No, we did not.
So now I know officially that we haven't. Nope. So I can cover that next
later on.
Anywho, so these UFO. Oh, whoops! I skipped a bunch. So on July 8th,
the end.
It was reported that a flying saucer had been found in Roswell, and that it was in fact a flying saucer. But then the next day, the information was retracted in the media, and they just concluded as an Air Force weather balloon. We all hear those stories, you know.
Yes, the balloon.
It's just a weather balloon.
Just like that balloon boy in Colorado.
Yeah, so this was actually in the early stages of the Cold War, and then now he had to deal with telling the entire America about, explain what this UFO that people were talking about that no one had ever even heard about, or like, what the fuck could this be?
Right.
Basically. So poor little Truman had a pretty rough time. Anyways, so the UFO sightings actually continued throughout his presidency, and especially during the Cold War, and I'll get more into that later. But in July of 1952, before Truman left office, there were a series of UFO sightings in Washington, D.C., and this was later known as the Washington UFO Flap. And this wasn't there were just a lot of sightings around Washington, D.C. at this time, and it was causing it was threatening,
right.
It was threatening the country.
Right.
Apparently they were being threatened by it because they had no idea what the fuck they were. And it forced Truman to take extreme measures to send Air Force fighters to intercept these UFOs, and he basically issued what was called a shoot down order. Mm-hmm. And because there were so many witnesses of these UFO sightings and of this happening, that they it caused lots of different speculations, and it later caused him to put together this panel called the Robertson Panel, that was a scientific committee basically that was put together by the CIA to basically handle the situation of people being interested in UFOs and people questioning it and right. people, you know. So this group basically ended up recommended a public education campaign to reduce the civilian interest in UFOs, and that civilian UFO groups should be monitored so that they're not, you know, for certain reasons. It's just so the government was saying we don't want people to say that they're seeing UFOs and there really aren't any around, right. And it could that could cause, especially during the Cold War, they were, right. That was causing different threats, but also it kind of is okay, well, you're trying to minimize people researching it. When were people not allowed to research different things? That, Right. So it was just kind of weird.
Okay.
Did that make sense at all?
That makes sense. I'm thinking
so
what you're throwing down.
It was to help manage the perception of the UFOs.
Okay.
So that was Harry Truman's little involvement. Next up is Dwight D. Eisenhower. Ooh. He was president. A reminder from 1959, Dwight D. Eisenhower, from 1959 to 1961. But his supposed an alien encounter was on February 20th, 1954, in the Muroc airfield of Palm Springs. Ooh. So basically, he was in Palm Springs unexpectedly. He had just gotten back from a duck or a quail hunting trip, and then randomly went to Palm Springs. He was on a duck hunting trip or quail hunting trip for a couple weeks, and then randomly just went to Palm Springs for no reason. And then he disappeared from the times of 10 p.m. For 12 hours. He basically disappeared for 10 hours. No one knew where he was. No one could account for him.
What?
Even one, because no one could account for him, one news outlet. I was at Anchor. One news outlet even had already reported that he had died, so that they
perfect. They're we have it first.
We got it first.
We have it first. What if he's not dead, Jim? It's fine. Just
yeah. So he was basically disappeared for a period of 12 hours. The following day, he's at a church service in Los Angeles, 100 miles away, and said that he had to undergo an emergency dental surgery for a chipped tooth.
Of course.
Speculations say he was actually at Muroc Airfield, Edwards Air Force Base, supposedly.
Getting probed.
And it's only 2.5 hours from Palm Springs, so that wasn't like
out of the question.
Stretch.
Okay.
And ironically, that exact Air Force Base had been shut down for 3 days from February 19th to February 21st, which happened to be one of the days that he disappeared.
Okay.
Because this was February 20th that he disappeared.
Okay.
So, and that Air Force Base had been closed, no incoming traffic, no incoming anything, nothing could go in, go out of that Air Force Base
it was like
for those 3 days randomly. Weird.
Yeah.
Little quarantine.
But extreme because you get shot in the face if you left.
So, like I said, yeah, he was even reported dead for this, but it was fine. He had just chipped a tooth and he didn't tell anyone about it. Even the Secret Service or anyone knew where he was.
Right.
But that's fine. He just chipped a tooth real quick.
That doesn't make...
Why would he need to tell you that? And why would everyone think he disappeared?
Yeah, and nobody had nobody had the whereabouts on him.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
But the rumors were, in fact, that he had a little meeting with some aliens on the Air Force Base that day.
I just kind of imagine the grays that you see like in all the whatever photos with just like the big elongated kind of almond shaped heads with the big old black eyes and just like sitting in a conference room like, what are we gonna do about this, Betty? Like, are we gonna like meet our quota? And he's like, I mean, we might. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you about what they think the meetings were about.
Oh, perfect.
Just wait. And grays have to do with one of the meetings.
I just imagine like these naked little grays just sitting in like little office chairs like in a big conference room.
Probably deep down under the ground.
Mm-hmm. It was all professional though.
Yes. So most accounts say that Dwight Eisenhower was making a like secret deal with the aliens that day. And most of the accounts say it was for certain technologies.
Okay.
Certain superior technologies that we didn't have in return to either have like a permanent base on Earth. One report of a man that has studied a lot of different, he apparently has a PhD in government from the Queensland Academy or college or something, but he also is like, has researched UFOs and alien abductions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But he said that this is what he thinks. He met with these aliens. There's these aliens called the Nordics. Okay. And they call them the Nordics because apparently they look Scandinavian because they have big, bright blue eyes and are very white.
Okay. Wow. All right. That's cool.
So here's my conspiracy theory for the day.
Here it is.
And basically the Nordics would share superior technologies if we got rid of our nuclear technologies because basically if we were to use our nuclear warfare and things, it fucks up not only space, time, and fucks up other planets as well and the inhabitants of those other planets, even though we're just doing it, on our land. Which is what the deal was according to this one of these researchers.
It's kind of like a bigger hey, don't litter.
Which, honestly,
kind of, because it's just like, hey, even though you throw that in there, it fucks up the entire ecosystem.
Which, look at everywhere we've had where the atomic bomb, everywhere where we've had, nuclear testing sites, all this shit.
Right.
Life doesn't live there anymore. Shit is fucked up. Fucking Chernobyl. Are you fucking kidding me?
How much longer is it said?
I don't know.
Hundreds of thousands of years still. That will still be radioactive, right?
For sure.
I'm pretty sure. I can't remember.
So it's
don't quote me on that.
So, this sounds pretty fucking insane and far-fetched, but it's
well, again, it's if you want to really kind of go with... Us
humans don't know a lot of shit about,
It's all about, the whole... We're all connected. Even, it goes outside of our planet, so...
Mm-hmm. And also...
So the aliens probably politely going, can you stop being
they're
fucking special?
We'll give you some special technologies because you guys are stupid and think that you can figure out everything.
Yeah, with a gun.
But, yeah, exactly. By greed and power.
Yeah.
And we'll, whatever. So maybe they're trying to keep us safe.
Maybe. The aliens are just looking out for us.
Just the Nordics.
It's like the good kind of... Just the Nordics. With the big blue eyes.
But then also a deal supposedly was made with Dwight Eisenhower. I don't know on this day, but there's another report of him making another deal with aliens during this time with the Greys that you're talking about.
Okay.
And the deal was they would be allowed to capture Earthling cattle and humans for medical experiments if they were returned safely home.
What? Okay.
Was the deal with the Greys, but which who the fuck? I mean, whatever. But I mean, we've heard about the fucking cattle mutilations. Maybe it's the deal.
Oh my word!
The deal of the century.
But I was really just fixing a tooth. It's like a Green New Deal, but like with shittier freaking.
But really, my tooth was just not.
It just hurted a lot.
So yeah. Anyways, enough with that stuff.
Okay.
Whatever you want to believe is cool. But no less than 2 months later, Dwight D. Eisenhower enacted a policy of total secrecy, stating any information about UFOs was a matter of national security and would be classified as top secret. And a lot of that information is classified even above top secret, which I don't even know what the fuck that means. So
yeah, what's above top secret? It's like ultra secret.
It's like invisible.
It's like so secret. It doesn't even
like one
the
person
chisme. It becomes chisme, and it's like already knowledge in your brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Yeah. So, and actually, you can read about the mandate. It's Mandate 0463. And this is a quote, states that under no circumstances are the general public or press to learn about the existence of these entities. The official government policy is that such creatures do not exist. That is literally a quote from the mandate.
That's crazy.
Anyway, okay, next up is our beloved John F. Kennedy.
Oh.
So, as we all know, John F. Kennedy was known to he was kind of known to be against a lot of national security elite in general and a lot of different policies, and you know, and he wanted to change a lot of shit about how things were run, and you know, during his presidency he wanted to, and such policies were ones including policies about UFOs. So he was the president at the height of the Cold War. Just a little reminder. And then on November 5th, 1961, the director of the CIA at the time, his last name was Dulles, told JFK that they had been sending decoy devices into Soviet airspace to test the Soviet radar capabilities.
Perfect.
But Dulles was feared that the Soviets couldn't tell the difference between a UFO or the decoys, and was afraid that the Soviets might mistake a UFO for a missile.
Okay.
And that would cause an airstrike and cause a war that was unintentional because the UFOs were a reoccurring thing happening.
Right.
And they were, you know, described as whatever, but
basically
he wanted to like talk to the Soviets and be like, didn't want to be allies with them, but he just wanted to be like, okay, can we just like have our conversation so that we don't accidentally start a war? Because this was an issue that they were having during this time, obviously.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, on November 11th, 1963, fast forward 2 years later, the Soviets launched, this is just kind of random and weird, but the Soviets launched an unmanned spacecraft to space with no real mission. It actually never made it out of Earth's orbit. And there's like there's so much mystery surrounding this launch. It was called the Cosmos mission. There's not really much known about it. It was just a random unmanned mission that they don't really know why they even did it. And apparently, so after this, the next day, John F. Kennedy asked NASA to work with the Soviet space program, and was going to order the CIA to share secret documents and exchange info with the Soviets regarding UFOs.
Okay.
But this order that he wanted to carry out was never carried out because he was assassinated 10 days later. And
interesting.
That's just a little interesting. I mean, there's lots of conspiracies around the JFK.
I have a conspiracy theory for you, but I will not say it on here. So
okay, that's fine.
Just remind me.
And obviously, like, and didn't they find him? But it's like they like supposedly found who assassinated John F. Kennedy, but like it's not. It like didn't even match up. And,
right. Yeah.
Anyways, that's just another little something for your little
Penny for
noggin
your
to
thoughts.
stew on.
Yeah.
But all this, you can look it up. It
Yeah.
actually happened, and he wanted to share information with them. But again, I don't know. It's a weird little coincidence.
Interesting.
And also, like, that wasn't the only thing that John F. Kennedy wanted to, like, you know, change about how things were going, but I feel like maybe that was maybe a last straw. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's lots of weird shit about that. But anyways, it was a travesty nonetheless.
True that.
So next up is Tricky Dicky.
What?
Richard Nixon was known to be very interested in UFOs, if you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
He was interested in them. Okay? He was. Take my word for it.
Google
it.
Google that shit.
And he also feared incidents like the Miss fucking
what?
He was also afraid that the Soviets would think UFOs were, you know, missiles as well and mistake them for, you know, and start a fucking nuclear war for no reason on accident.
Okay.
So, an accidental missile launch. So, during the Cold War, there were multiple threats caused by UFOs, like I said. So, in 1971, or 1971.
In 1742.
In 1971, the Soviet president and Richard Nixon actually signed a treaty designed to minimize the outbreak of nuclear war. And one part of this agreement was that either the U.S. or Soviet Union would let each other know if the UFOs were detected on either side as to not start a nuclear war, so they could communicate with each other like, hey, that thing's a fucking UFO. That's not us. I swear to God.
Right.
So they were able to come to a treaty with that. So obviously, like, shit was happening, people.
Right.
But, it's just a weather balloon. Like, okay.
Yeah.
They're having to make
totally
international treaties and shit. Yes. Okay. Here we go.
Okay,
so
America.
Another fun story with Mr. Dickey and the aliens has to also do with comedian Jackie Gleason. I don't know if you've heard about this story, but
I think I have.
Apparently in 1974... Richard Nixon was in Florida for a little golf vacation, you know.
But
presidents
how
do.
you do.
Fuck! Anyways, during his trip, he decided to pick up his friend, Jackie Gleason, who is a famed UFO enthusiast. His house is even called the Mothership and is shaped like a UFO and is silver and has fucking UFO decor all over it. It's actually for sale right now, I think, for $12 million. Just so you know, if anyone's got a cool $12 million.
They're like, can I have
to live in a UFO
if I have
house.
like an anal probe, could you chop off $2 million of that? That'd be great.
Like, come on, someone just needs to buy it and just like have it as a museum, like fucking.
That'd be amazing.
Meow Wolf,
fucking Meow Wolf,
sponsor us. Meow Wolf. Just kidding. We'll create one. Let us know what we need to do.
0 to 60, like no sponsors too. Hey,
that's how it works, Shay. In the biz. Okay, let's get back to Mr. Jackie Gleason. So,
okay.
Basically, so Nixon told Gleason he had to show him something. I don't think it was his wiener. I don't think it was his tricky dicky. Okay. So he picked up Mr. Gleason without any Secret Service in a car alone. Somehow was able to get away. Huh. So who knows if the story's real, but apparently it is, according to Jackie Gleason.
But it is.
It's real. Jesus. But he didn't have any social security with him.
He didn't have any social security or an AARP card. He was just blowing his 3 sheets to the wind.
He did have his life alert.
It was fine. So they could find him in a pinch.
Oh my fuck. Okay. So they drove off to Homestead Air Force Base, which was about 2 hours south of Miami. I think I just made that up. So it was south of Miami. I don't know if it was 2 hours. Again, no Secret Service with him. It is a UFO hiding site. They had to make it tricky.
They had to have guards. I get it. Okay, got it.
So
go on.
They drive into the Air Force Base.
Okay.
That's all. Just kidding.
That's it.
So Gleason actually describes the story. He was silent about the story till 1986, and he never denied or
Hashtag 30ish.
Oh my god. It's 30ish years old. Oh my god, there it is. Okay, so he describes it as walking into an inner chamber, he calls it. And he states that he saw like 6 to 8 glass top freezers.
Glass top.
Like that looked like, glass top freezers that he thought when he was like walking towards them, he was like, I thought they were children, but then when he looked closer, they were like alien bodies. And
in the glass top freezers.
In these glass top freezers.
Okay.
And his wife also concluded the story. It wasn't a fucking National Enquirer fucking article though.
Like he's being dumb.
So I don't know. And she was his ex-wife at this time, but she said that he couldn't eat for 3 weeks after that incident. And then he later on did say that it actually happened in 1986. So
okay.
Take that as you will. Okay. So there is no official record of this event, obviously, with presidential record or anything like that, obviously. But it's just hearsay and Jackie's account and his fucking estranged ex-wife.
Okay. Yeah. He was like,
moving along.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter
Oh.
was actually the first presidential candidate to admit seeing a UFO, and it was actually before he was the president. And while campaigning for governor in Georgia, someone in the crowd pointed out to a UFO during a speech. And him and about 20 other people saw it that day. He accounts it. He's never strayed away from his story. And he is still, I think to this day, the only U.S. president with an actual official report of seeing a UFO. He actually had to fill out a UFO report that they used to have to do back then.
Is it like a W-9 kind of thing?
Yeah, something like that. It's like a questionnaire about your fucking...
Just like how much UFOs
like
would you like to be pulled out of your taxes? That'd be great. I would like 3 UFOs pulled out.
Yeah, so people unnaturally got excited that finally the truth would be known about aliens because he actually has seen something that could explain that. And he fought and said that he would work hard to get the truth out. Once he was elected president in 1976... he was given a briefing by the former CIA director, George H.W. Bush, who I didn't ever realize was the former director of the CIA.
I didn't know that either.
Under Ford or someone.
Okay, this is like George Bush Sr.
Senior.
Okay, got it.
HWWH, I forget how it is. But so CIA director, former CIA director, George Bush. And during the briefing, Truman asked for the UFO files, and George Bush responds, "It's on a need to know it's on a need to know basis, and curiosity on part of the president isn't sufficient need to know." So basically, the fucking president of the United States doesn't even get to know that shit.
No power. Got it. Okay.
So the FBI claimed to not have anything. The CIA didn't cooperate, obviously, and NASA didn't want to have anything to do with bringing about any of these reports either for Truman. And then later researchers found out that the CIA was actually behind NASA at that point, and telling them, obviously, don't cooperate. To the president of the United States, because obviously they have that power. But to the disappointment of the American public again, he was never able to achieve disclosure. Okay, so next we got Ronald Reagan. And he also had a personal encounter with
Don't do drugs, UFOs just give hugs.
Before his presidency. Maybe the alien should have abducted him.
Yeah.
So summer of 1974, Governor Reagan at the time was traveling home after a campaign tour. And outside, Reagan and 3 others on a plane saw a white object zigzagging through the sky towards them. Bill Paetner, who is a pilot of the flight, stated in an interview that it appeared to be several hundred yards away at first, and it was a steady light. Then it started accelerating, and then once it got closer to them, it went from a slow speed to a fantastic speed instantly, and everyone on the flight saw this happen.
Okay.
So a week after this, Reagan was on Air Force One, sitting with next to a reporter from the Wall Street Journal, and Reagan was like super still super excited about the story, and he was like sharing it with this reporter. It wasn't like for an interview, it was just he was talking about it. And like kind of in the middle of the story, the reporter was like, so wait, are you saying that you, the president of the United States, believe in extraterrestrials? And at that point, Reagan kind of like backtracked, and he's like, well, I don't know what it was. He's like, I don't really know what I saw, but it was interesting. So it's like, okay. Yeah, so he almost got himself in probably a fucking giant pickle. Right. If he admitted that they were, you know. So fast forward to the Reagan presidency. This was when he was governor. Just a little reminder. And who did Reagan choose as his running mate? George fucking Bush. Weird, huh? Anyways.
He needed a babysitter.
Let's just talk about Bush for a quick second. He is known as one of the most informed men in the world and the most secretive about the subject.
Interesting.
Again, he was only director of the CIA for a year, but he had so many the Bushes. Yeah, he was only the director for the year, but he was said to have connections in the past. Like, how could you not if you're a director of the CIA?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And then also he had connections all over the fucking place, like political, oil, fucking military, and intelligence, all connected to that.
Okay.
The fucking Bushes. So, UFO researchers also believe he was part of MJ-12, which is an alleged control group for UFO phenomenons, which is supposedly not a real group. That's another conspiracy theory. But apparently it's a real group, kind of like fucking Men in Black, but the real version.
The real version.
That's cool. But that apparently doesn't exist.
No.
Either.
Sure doesn't.
So,
None of that exists.
Anywho, so
us.
George Bush was on a campaign tour while running for president and was giving a speech and was asked, if you're elected, will you release the UFO secret? And Bush replies, yes, I'll do it. Send me what you got. Like, he doesn't know shit about it. And so the reporter says, come on, you were the CIA director. You must know what's going on. Right. And George Bush just replies, yes, I know some. I know a lot. And that's all he said.
Ooh.
Little hint, hint. Last but not least, Bill Clinton. Well, he's actually not last. Obama had like a thing where you could ask on a website like anything you wanted about UFOs, but everything that you would ask would always come back like, there is no proof that they're
on a website.
Anyways, but Obama was also known for wanting to get information out there, but nothing ever happened during his presidency either.
We'll just put a website on. It'll be fine.
So now we'll just know that our president is an alien, and that will really prove it all.
It'll be fine.
We love you, everyone. Anyway, so Bill Clinton also wanted to find out about UFOs. He actually made his friend Webb Hubbell his number 2 man and made his main concerns as being investigating who killed John F. Kennedy and if UFOs are real. Those were like his 2 main concerns with this guy that he like made his like right hand, like one of his like main dudes. I don't know exactly what he did, but he was a main dude, okay? I forget. Anyway, so Clinton actually used the anniversary of the Roswell incident to reopen the investigation for Roswell.
Okay.
But again, after the more investigations, it came back that it was a weather balloon. And then Clinton asked about the bodies found, and they replied that they were the test dummies. And those were the only bodies found from the crash.
But of course.
And so basically Clinton was like, if there is any information, like they didn't fucking tell me, and they successfully eluded me as well. Because everyone's been trying to get this information out and they never have been able to. So basically we don't know shit, and the government hides shit from us all the time, probably.
The end. Sleep tight.
And not just about aliens. So keep your mind right, keep your eyes to the skies and to infinity and beyond, motherfuckers. That's it. That was really long. How long was that? Like 6 hours?
No, it wasn't. It was like 45 minutes. That was like one of your shorter ones.
I always think it's so long. I mean, that's long, but
it's
anyway,
so long.
That's what I got for you.
I like it.
Did you know any of that shit?
I didn't know any of that shit.
Yes, pretty interesting, huh? The presidents don't even get to know.
No, they don't.
Or
they just have
they do, or they're like threatened with their fucking life.
Or they just fake a toothache and it's fine.
Mm-hmm. They're like, I just had a chipped tooth, so I disappeared in the night.
I had a cavity and I can't go during the day, so I'll just see you guys later.
How do you disappear as a president of the United
That's what I just don't
States,
understand.
dude?
Is like
don't.
Those guys can't even wipe their own ass without like having Secret
Someone
Service
watch
without
them.
like going like, did you get the starfruit?
Was there anthrax on that?
Did you get it all? Good job.
Did you get the entire butthole?
Did you get it? Did you get the ridges all in there? Perfect.
Did the bidet do its job?
We'll fire that bidet if it didn't do its job.
You fired.
You fired.
And
Exactly.
on that note, moving
Moving
on
on.
to you.
Perfect.
Well, it's all right. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Of course it is. Okay.
All right, are we ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready for this. Okay. So, I actually, when we rolled, I was trying to go back and forth with what I was going to do. And this was
At
like,
least we had 2 months to decide.
right? So, I had kind of decided to do this at the kind of start of the pandemic. But I was like, oh, that might be kind of funny to do because not funny, but like interesting to do because we were going to kind of, in theory, do this over whatever. So, we were going to supposedly record in March.
That's crazy that it's the end of May.
Right. So I was
Holy shit.
like, okay, this will be actually kind of a good topic to do. This is before the mess in Italy happened when everything kind of blew up. I feel like things got crazy, but then things got really fucking crazy once Italy kind of started to blow up and everyone was like, it's going to be like Italy and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so before all that happened, I decided to do Italy's island of Paviglia. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Surely. Okay, well,
I mean, maybe.
I think once you hear me talking about it, you'll be like, oh, gotcha. So, it's like pretty much like this isolated island out by Venice, I believe.
So they're safe?
They're safe. They're safe.
quarantined?
So it's like it was a quarantined island kind of back in the day. Okay. So it was very justified. Anyway, it actually was it was kind of the origin place of, like those big, the big mask that had like the doctor.
Yes, so my friend made one of those and I was like,
Yes.
please wear one of those into the grocery store.
Plague mask. It's a plague mask.
Yeah.
So this is where it originated from.
Oh.
So anyway, I didn't know it was going to be relevant, but it got really relevant, but then it became unrelevant because so much time had passed because we couldn't get our shit together. Okay, so here we go. The island of Paviglia. That is kind of nice to hear though on your ears sometimes. I'm going to have to look that shit up for the murder ASMR.
Oh, very nice.
I don't like it when somebody else says it though.
I'm just kidding. Gross.
Oh, God. Give me the chills. Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Thanks,
You
Stacy.
nasty. Okay. Yes, thank you, Stacy. I don't mean that sarcastically. I'm actually going to look that shit up. Okay, so it's a small island located between Venice and Lido, so I apologize for any mispronunciations that I am going to mispronounce. Because
I'm Italian. I'll tell you if they're wrong.
there it is.
Except that I don't know any pronunciation, so
Perfect. You
Here
can
we
just
go.
wing it. You'll be like, you're dumb. This is how it
It's
is.
mozzarella.
There's, yep, that's exactly how it's going to go. So in the Venetian Lagoon, it's northern Italy, a small canal divides the island into two separate parts. The island first appears in the historical record in 421.
Wow.
Yeah. Doesn't that, it just makes my brain hurt.
Yeah.
So as a safe haven from invasions by the Alaric, I don't even know.
Illyric?
The Goth and Attila the Hun during the decline of the Roman Empire, which is bananas to me.
It is so bananas.
And was populated until the residents fled during the Chigig. I don't even know.
They don't pronounce G's, so
They don't pronounce G's.
They don't really.
Chiggia. How would you pronounce it?
Chinja.
There it is. War. That began in 1379. I could just be like pronouncing like mythical whatever bullshit because this doesn't even sound real to me. But it obviously is real. But like that's just me being an American. But if it wasn't before 1774, it didn't exist.
Definitely not.
So officials forced the residents of Paviglia Island to move to a different part. To move to a different island in the Venetian lagoon.
That sounds
incredible. When all the war was happening.
I would like to be in a Venetian lagoon.
I would like to be in a Venetian anything. That would be great right now.
Venetian gown.
That would be great. Venetian slippers. I don't know why I'm British or like a bad Briton, so I apologize for any Britons that are listening. Anyway, so
you Britons,
the one that's listening, and I thank you.
We love you.
We love you. So they built the octagonal fort and turned Paviglia into a military outpost armed with naval artillery to strictly control. Do you like how I'm hugging my mimosa right now? Mm-hmm. To strictly control the lagoon. So it mostly remained unpopulated for 2 centuries, which again is how old our country is, which is, again, I'm sorry, that it's not that I'm a little bit buzzed, it's just because I'm a lot of buzzed, and it's still, it reels the mind to me. I don't know why, it just seems like such a long period of time. Okay, until one of the most infamous plagues came to town. The Black Death. Ugh, that shit was awful. No amount of hand washing could have helped you in that. Actually, yeah, it could have, because it was kind of proven, but it was, never mind. Okay, so
actually,
yeah. So what's the difference between a plague and the coronavirus, do you ask? Well, I got the answer for you. So, well, first off, a plague is a bacterial infection. So it don't need no host. Like this virus that we have going on, it attaches right to our cells, which I'm sure you know this, but like the...
Yeah.
Shifty eyes. Okay. So what? So the virus itself, it needs a host.
There's a virus?
What? What's happening? I was just going out for brunch. I was wondering why it was so, like, nobody's taking my order. So, and like throwing garbage at me. So, the coronavirus, it's a virus, so it attaches to it, but it needs a host in order to survive. So the plague does not need a host in order to survive. It just carries on through you.
Just goes right around.
So if there was no host, it would die. The coronavirus, at least. So that's any virus. So #science.
Any virus. Any virus.
Any virus.
That is a virus.
Anytime, any place, as long as they're a host. #science. Okay, so we all know what happened with the Black Death. Let's see, 200 million people died worldwide, and to try and pump the brakes on the rapid spread of this like hell disease, Italy tried some quarantining. Hooray!
For once! Just kidding.
Hooray!
They got it.
Yeah, they got it the first time, kind of.
They eventually got it.
Yeah, but in a different way than RonaFest 2020, they sent all the sickies. They sent all the sickies over to an island to keep them away from the healthy people. It also was the main checkpoint for people coming into Italy to make sure that they didn't have the plague.
Wow.
So, but it didn't matter. If you, like, it, again, just like in grocery stores right now, if you, like, they're like, get on the fucking boat, little
get
Janet.
The fuck out.
Actually, it'd be like, Janito. I don't even know what
you can't come in here.
Yeah, you have to go. You have to get, they're like,
Janito.
I don't know. I'm ignorant. I'm sorry, you guys. So,
Filomena Magnone. That's my grandma's name.
Well, I can't pronounce that shit. So it's
get on the boat.
Yeah, get
on the boat. I'm Italian. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
You can do whatever the fuck you want. Anyway, so yeah.
Get the Capricorn. You gotta get on the boat. Okay.
So anything, like if you like fucking like looked at them weird and they coughed or sneezed or like sniffled a little bit, they're like, get on the fucking boat. You're going to Paviglia and you ain't coming back. You go and you ain't going. I'm like, I don't know why I'm like doing this. Like you got like my arm.
She's like hitchhiking.
Hitchhiking, yeah. It's stupid.
You're going.
You're getting on and you're not coming back. Okay, so anyway, so but instead of being sad that they had to. Okay, I'm sorry. 1 minute. Let me get the phlegm out of my back of my throat. Don't send me to Paviglia. Okay.
Do you have corona again?
Oh, God. Remember that one time when Caddy was like, you sound really bad. I'm like, that's because I had the virus.
She did.
Like I was gargling nails. And turns out I actually probably had it. I'm actually waiting to see like, there are a couple of my friends are taking the antibody test, and if they test positive, I'm probably gonna go take a test. But I'm like, I'm gonna wait till you take it because I'm gonna drop $100.
It's $100.
It's $100. And you don't need like a doctor's note, and then you can go test if you have antibodies. Anyway, so But instead of being sad that they watched all the Netflix, like myself, and there was nothing else left to watch, these poor stranded bastards were lucky to leave once they got to the 17-acre island. They were told they would be quarantined for 40 days. So it was like that shitty rom-com, like 40 Days and 40 Nights.
Oh.
Like, but with dead people
there's lots of sexual encounters with flowers.
But I was going to say, like, but instead of like the sex, it was dead people. So,
oh my God.
And nobody had a happy ending.
And Josh Hartnett was nowhere in sight.
Nowhere close. If he was, it was because he had a plague mask on and you were gone. So, fun fact, the word quarantine itself comes from Italian, was it quarantina? Or 40. So 40 days. Boom.
Hashtag 40-ish, bitch.
Fucking relevant, right? God damn relevant. So I had no idea. We're just, I don't know why it happens.
It's our intuition.
The podcast gods kissed us. Anyway. So it housed, quote unquote, over 160,000 plague victims through the centuries. Housed meaning
through the centuries.
But like, that's a ton of people. So as well as a countless number of already dead victims to be like burned.
Wait, so they just kept sending people there?
Correct. So they just...
It was like, you're fucking gross.
Right.
Just
so
go to this island.
So you'd be like...
You leper,
right,
get out of here.
They would be like... And they would just like go off. And then, and even like people that were already dead, they would just throw them on the boat. And then they would... because they were going to be burned or buried in 2 mass graves on the island. The island was patrolled by doctors who wore like the bird-like masks. So these were the plague masks. That's where they originated from, with their beaks stuffed with herbs that were supposed to prevent the bacteria from entering the respiratory system. Neato, right?
Let's get them.
just start whatever. Yeah,
shove my beak filled with herbs.
It's fine. It's the same thing as a mask. So they burned the corpses, estimated 100,000, to stop the spread of the disease. And it is said that the human ash from these crematoriums make up more than 50% of the island's soil, even centuries later.
And that shit grows real good veggies. Holy
Are you being serious?
Probably.
Oh God, yeah. So apparently
ash is good for the soil.
Apparently when you step if you step onto the island, chances are you're actually stepping on bones because it's all ash from people's bones. So just think about that and like how haunted of a place you think that would be. Fucking sick.
Can I have a side note?
Of course.
So I saw this thing about what's going on in New York right now. You don't have to put this in if you don't want.
I have heard about that with that
island.
What island is that? It's
and there's like mass graves and they're just shipping bodies in semi-trucks.
So Asha, this is a 30th throwback. So if you ever watch Don't Say a Word, it's a movie with Michael Douglas and actually Brittany Murphy.
Yes.
So they go to that island and I can't remember Hart Island. It's Hart Island.
Oh.
And it's
yes.
Okay, so go on about Hart Island.
Yeah, so
it's fucked up.
The inmates are manning these islands right now. And unpacking the trucks, and there's giant trenches that they're putting body boxes into. No names, just boxes.
It's horrifying,
and it's real fucking it's footage of these boxes and these trenches.
Yeah.
And it's like, how dare you think that this is a conspiracy?
Yeah, fuck off.
It's real.
Jesus
Maybe
Christ.
Not in your town, thank God.
Right? Like, but I mean, yeah, it's just like Italy. In Italy and in New York. I mean, they're just so on top of each other. It's going to spread like that. Unfortunately, It's so sad. It's fucking, and they use mass transport. I mean, like, how does it not?
Yeah. And it's
all good.
There's a guy that we used to work with. Actually, I don't know if you ever worked with him at Cafe Vino that lives in New York City. And
what's his name?
Kyle.
No.
Griffin.
But did you make that last one up? You just said like you were just Kyle Banana Hammock. I don't know.
That's his last name, I think.
Perfect.
But he was talking to Marin and Hillary, my neighbor, and he was like, yeah, there's like semi-trucks that people are loading bodies into outside there's semi-trucks outside of the hospital. Could you imagine seeing that?
No. No, I would. No.
While you're literally stuck in your apartment?
No, I can't.
No,
I can't
that's
imagine that.
real as fuck.
Yeah, it's just different in every place that you go,
It is.
and that's terrifying. I can't imagine how those people are feeling.
And that's the thing. It's like, yes, maybe there's things that are like a little bit over the top, but it's like, it's just, we don't know.
But
and
yeah,
we need to be protective.
Just put it in perspective. Yeah.
Exactly.
It might not be as bad here, but it's a lot worse other places for sure. It's I can't imagine how those people are feeling. Oh God, I can't imagine. That's
anyway,
awful.
yeah, so that's happening now.
Yeah.
Heart
Hooray,
Island.
Heart Island. It's anything but a heart. So Paviglia remained an important plague quarantine site until 1814, and then it sat vacant until 1922, when a mental hospital was built there. Naturally, it's always a mental hospital, right? Complete with a mad doctor. At least that was rumored, you know. So he was said to perform morbid experiments, like they all do, on patients, like shoving like chisels and ice picks, hammers into their brains to see what moved, or to perform
see what moved?
Yeah, that's what it said. To perform hazard lobotomies without anesthetic, mind you. So he would just like, just tell me when you feel pressure. Yeah. So that's what it was. That's what they said that they did.
I'll still do it while you're screaming.
Don't worry. If you feel pressure, perfect. I'm going to keep going further. So along with being kept away from the screams... Wait, I'm sorry. 1 minute. So along with being kept awake from the screams of pain from their co-residents, patients were also molested by staff.
Perfect.
They were... they started complaining of seeing ghosts and hearing disembodied wailing voices, but obviously they weren't taken seriously. They're like,
because they're crazy.
You're fucking crazy pants, and you're just a schizo. So, how about a little lobotomy to turn that frown upside down? And that's what happened to him. Sorry, that was mean.
And that's what happened to him.
And that's what happened to him. They just got a little lobotomy. So he was also, the doctor was also reported to perform, wait, what? Did I write that weird? He also was so the doctor was reported to also perform like some other fucked up shit in the bell tower on the property, but that still remains a mystery. Nobody knows what he did. He would just go and disappear into the little bell tower.
Jesus
and
Christ.
Then probably got his bell rung a couple times.
From a ghost
or two.
Or the poor
patients. The doctor eventually tumbled off the bell tower.
Thank God.
Either by his own doing or with a little shove from a couple tortured souls. He survived it's rumored that he survived the fall. And the rumor further states there was some sort of mist that swallowed him upon landing. A nurse swears to God that she saw him fall, and then apparently he was still alive. I don't know.
It was the devil.
The only way that I would only imagine her seeing him fall to his demise, and then still eking around. She must have been at least close enough to not 50 yards, but at least 25. I don't know. But she swears that he was still alive, and that a ghosty mist covered him, it swallowed him up, and then he died. So that's what she swears to God that she saw.
Probably.
Anyway, where was I? Yes. And then another rumor was that the doctor's body was bricked up within the walls of the hospital, which is also creepy.
God.
So, this shitbag asylum was shut down in 1968, which is, again, not that long ago. So, it was open for 46 years, give or take.
And they were just sending...
Yeah, correct.
So, it was already a mass grave site, and then they built a mental institution on it that they would send people to, but they were still sending people.
Right. So dying. and then well, no, at that point the quarantine had shut down.
Okay.
So that was all done.
And then they did
they built the asylum on there, and then that ran for for 46 years it ran. But can you imagine yeah, crazy people are crazy, and I get that. Like, and some actually have like a disease of the brain, but also sometimes crazy people are kind of classified in that category of they're just ultra sensitive. Mm-hmm. So can you imagine being an ultra sensitive person and you're not really crazy, but then you're driven crazy, or you're driven, I can speak English, you're driven crazy by these entities that are around you because you can, I mean, how can you not feel the presence of like these liquefied bones underneath your feet? Oh my God.
And just the vibe of that island is probably not the greatest
I get
feeling.
creeped out when I go into Sunny Lubbock's, like in the catacombs, whatever, in Fort Collins, which is a funny sentence because it's like the three like little whatever. Mm-hmm. But that place in itself underneath Fort Collins gives me the creepies. But only because of stories that our friend Connor told us, like how the kitchen used to be kind of next to the underground morgue.
He would see ghosts or some shit.
Yeah, well, if your kitchen is like right above or right next to that underground morgue that used to be there, that's sick. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he told us like sometimes it like shit would fall, like utensils would fall down there, and there's like, well, not getting over that.
Well, we're never.
It would fall down into the catacombs, and
ew,
that's
that is
disgusting.
I never remembered that.
Yeah, it burned because I have weird fucking facts burned into my brain like that. So I'm just like, oh my God, there's a spatula on there. Can you imagine like 100 years from now going like, I wonder why this guy had a spatula by his coffin. Yeah. I mean, like, anyway. So anyway.
There's my teaspoon.
There it is.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, the island went through a handful of private owners, all of which abandoned the island without explanation. The surviving buildings on the island consist of a cabana, a church, a hospital, an asylum, a bell tower, and housing, and some housing and administrative buildings for the staff. In 2014, the Italian state auctioned a 99-year lease of Paviglia, which would remain state property to raise revenue, hoping that the buyer would redevelop the hospital into a luxury hotel.
Oh my
fuck off. Jesus.
People don't get it.
Yeah, I don't. That's gross. The highest bid.
Burn that shit down.
Right. Just like put salt over it.
Just
and
like
be done.
Grow some trees over there.
Seriously. Be done with it. The highest bid was from an Italian businessman, Luigi, Bergliano?
Bugliano.
Oh, that's probably correct.
Bugliano.
For £513,000. He planned to invest 20 million euros in that probably was 513,000 euros. He planned to invest 20 million euros in a redevelopment plan. Although some way or another the deal fell through. In 2015, a private group, Paviglia per Tutti, was hoping to raise 25 to 30 million pounds for a new plan to include a public park, a marina, a restaurant, and a hostel, which, fuck no. I've seen enough fucking Hostel horror movies. Absolutely not. And a study center. Sure. Because, like how you do when you're just, like, sitting there with Casper. But, like, with Casper, like, with, like, just an addendum and, like, gonna eat your soul and drag you to hell. Yeah, fuck that. According to the Telegraph, as of mid-2019, however, the island still sits vacant. So... what will you hear on the
souls will never let them come back.
Oh, fuck no. So, what will you hear on the island?
Are you going to do some demonstrations?
I know. I cleared my throat. Like, I'm like, like, who am I going to do?
Boogity.
Right? So, it should be mentioned that it is illegal to go on the island. It doesn't, I couldn't find anywhere, like, I was trying to find, like, what the fine would be, but it is completely illegal to go on the island. But if
not even to explore?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah. So anything that you see videos or whatever, those are urban explorers that somehow got onto. So if you convince someone to take you over there, and apparently it's like fucking expensive, this is what you get. So you got your run-of-the-mill disembodied voices from either plague victims or silent victims. I don't know if you can decipher them, but apparently that's a thing. One urban explorer claimed he heard a spirit say to leave and never return.
Perfect.
Other ghostly encounters are more aggressive and physical, Reports of being brushed, nudged, or shoved by invisible hands are not uncommon, and there are cases of attacks by unseen forces that are almost brutal in nature.
Ugh, God, that shit is so weird.
One of which happened to that wonderful ghost hunter that we know and love.
The one guy?
Zach Baggins.
Yeah.
He taunts and yells at the ghost in Italian, which I'm sure it must be broken at best, and gets attacked and fights off of possession. It was bizarre. I watched it and I was like, it was like something, okay, it was like this, and I have a lot far away. So it was like, ghost, no! And it was... Give it a watch.
Swimming arms.
Yeah, give it a watch. It's a good time.
Wait, what is it? What show is that?
It's Ghost Hunters.
Ghost Hunters.
I think it was like one of the first. It was like, I think it was off the first or second season, and it was pretty comical.
Perfect.
So I don't not to disparage Zach Baggins. I'm sure that some of the shit, every time I watch that show, I have to watch something happy because it gives me the creeps. I know what he's doing. He's going into haunted places that I know 100% are haunted. But I just...
He's just so cheesy.
Some of
his
his techniques are so painful to watch. Anyway.
He's so fucking
That's all I'm
corny.
saying. I'm not saying that I don't believe what he's not... Like, I don't believe in the work that he's doing. I believe in it. Just some of the practices and methods, I just have a hard time...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
You're like, yeah, just yell at the ghost,
yes,
dude.
perfect.
Sweet.
And provoke them. Perfect. That's good. So, on a
I
quiet...
hope you get possessed.
Well, I think he said that he did, but I don't believe
off.
it. Yeah. On a quiet night, you can hear the
with
doctor...
his arms.
Right, with his swim arms. You can hear the doctor ring the bell. How they know it's the doctor, I have no idea. And human bones still continue to wash up on the shore due to the erosion of one of the mass graves. #science.
Ew, erosion. Mm-hmm. That's no joke.
And that's all I got. The ghost, actually, it was kind of hard to find for Paviglia.
That is fucking creepy
but
as fuck.
The history was more kind of intense.
Ooh.
But yeah, that's what I got.
Well, I liked it.
All
I didn't know about
it. It was a
Paviglia.
shorter one, but it's fine. It's probably good because we've been here for
Mike,
1,000 hours.
Mike Birbiglia.
Oh, yeah, he's a good... That's Mike. They said Matt. You said Mike. My bad.
You can rewind the tape. I said Mike. Bitch.
Rewind the tape, motherfucker.
Well, fuck! We did it! Oh
we did it!
It's been forever.
It has.
I haven't rolled this dice.
At least we learned some stuff about quarantine and like how it came from you Italians. Thank you, Italians.
Buon Natale. That means Merry Christmas.
Sorry, I got a pre-in.
Prego, you're welcome. There we go. I
Prego.
actually did start Duolingo Italian, but I stopped because I kept getting things wrong, and then it told me that if I wanted to keep doing it, that I would have to pay, and I didn't want to do it. But now it's telling me to come back on, and I don't have to pay.
Oh.
If I just practice.
They're like, come on.
Like, just practice.
Just practice a lot.
Like, I am paying for this owl fucking language app.
Right?
Fuck. Shit's for free. Anyway. I do, before we leave, I had a little idea that I thought would be super fun.
We got to roll first, girl.
Oh, we're going to roll first?
No. But like, before we leave. But like,
oh,
yeah,
yes. Well,
go ahead.
Obviously. But before we roll, I mean. Mm-hmm. So, I want to make an ultimate 90s playlist.
I like it.
And I want you guys to help us. Because I have my ultimate 90s fucking songs. But sometimes I fucking forget about that shit. I know you do.
Oh, yeah.
And
then you're like, oh my God, I forgot about this song. And this is amazing.
Mm-hmm. So
give me all the feels.
So if you guys are ever like randomly listening to some shit and you're like, oh my God.
Right.
90s all the way. This is like my favorite 90s song. Just send us your little, like DM us or whatever.
Whatever
just
you want to
like
do.
your song recommendations because I want to make an ultimate 90s playlist. And then I'll put it on Spotify and then everyone can listen to it and it'll be the fucking shit.
It'll
and
be
I think
amazing.
that'll be fun.
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Because I try to listen to 90s playlists and a lot of them are fun or like
a lot of them are fine, but
it's like I want that gritty 90s shit. Mm-hmm. Or like the 90s radio station on in Fort Collins like is sweet.
Yeah,
there's a lot of the same shit.
It's like
there's some shit I'm like, that was a gem, I forgot.
It's like the playlists are like either it's not a great mix. We need a great mix one.
Yeah.
Which I think that's what you're
of all genres.
Yeah. So
exactly, not just pop, not just hip hop, not just fucking alternative rock.
Make a 90s
all
baby
the things.
for real.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so if you guys are ever like listening to some shit, just send us your favorite songs because I want to add it to my playlist.
I like
my infinite playlist.
The 30ish playlist.
And yeah, that's all. It's
Perfect.
fun. Also, I guess we should roll now.
We should. Should we do like 90s and like late 80s? Or
we
just
could do,
90s?
yeah, we should do late 80s.
Like, so late 80s,
yeah,
too.
30-ish.
Yeah, 30-ish. So late 80s, too.
Late 80s is totally cool. Mm-hmm. Totally fine. Early 80s, that's fine, too.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. If you got a good song, you got a good song.
80s and 90s only.
Yeah, that's it. No mas.
No cheating. Also, it's really hard because some early 2000 stuff, which we should probably make a different playlist for that.
It'll be like a Now CD, but except for 30ish.
It'll be 30ish 162.
Guys, our first like little, because we will announce eventually about a little party that we're gonna have, but not right now. We'll do like a slow dance number where you do like a middle school dance.
Oh my god.
And we'll just hold and we'll sway and you like won't make eye contact with your partner. It'll be great. It'll be great.
Perfect.
You'll feel like you're 14 again.
It will be perfect.
Not
Anyways.
14. That's not right.
Yeah.
10? No. 12? No, because you're 13 when you're a freshman.
Yeah, that's true.
At least I was
so
in
I guess
Texas.
middle school. Yeah, you're like 12.
What were you?
I was 13.
13?
Freshman.
All right, you
I was
ready?
13 as a freshman.
Are you ready, Freddie?
Oh my god,
Are you
I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to hear that noise. I can't wait.
Here it comes.
History?
I think it might be history. It's been a minute. I mean, like
we definitely don't remember our topics now.
I say that, but like I didn't know them before.
I know
so
exactly.
It's fucking science.
It's science.
God damn it!
First one back. Your least favorite.
Yeah, I know, but it's okay. I need to stretch my little brain a little bit.
You do. Okay.
Six.
6 is history.
No, it's paranormal.
Paranormal?
Get paranormal again.
Okay.
But it's not the dual one this time, so it's all that
not.
matters.
It's not.
I wanted crime, but it's fine.
You can't always have crime. Maybe you could have the science of crime.
The science. I already did that.
Mastermind, the science of a fucking
I know.
criminal brain,
I could
bitch.
do that too.
Mastermind.
I know, but I had to make it a surprise. Okay. Right. Anyway.
All right. Well, guys, if you don't already,
we missed you.
We've missed you a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we're
back on track
appreciate
again.
that you've missed us too. It's been nice to get messages saying, when are you guys recording again?
I know, that makes me happy.
It does.
We're doing something
right.
Also
another thing. I don't know if you've noticed, but on our Instagram, I really like posting memes that have to do with like our topics or being 30-ish. So if you guys are ever on Instagram, like DM me a fucking post that you think is hilarious that has to do with any of that.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout out.
So I can repost it. Because I like finding that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And then also, if you don't follow us already, follow us on Instagram or Facebook, 30ish. THURY. Wait, what? I don't even know how to spell it.
That's because you've had 6 mimosas.
I know. I have. Fuck it. And we love you. And also, if you feel really inclined, we still only have 1 review on Apple iTunes, and it's of someone cutting someone off in traffic. So if you want to give us a nice review on Apple, that'd be sweet.
I forgot about that.
If you don't, that's fine too. But I went and looked the other day because I like accidentally downloaded Apple iTunes or something.
Right.
And I was like, I can look at our reviews. And then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this one about how someone cut this man off in traffic.
But we had a nice sticker, so that's all that matters.
We did, and it's great.
Also, yeah, we'll make some stickers. And then
and then we'll have a heyday. And thank you guys.
Yes.
We love you. We'll see you next time. We'll be back and better than ever.